being successful in the Heritage Activation Grant was life-changing for us.
And then we got this phone call just a few days before Christmas that they said to us, look, you were successful in your application. And then I said, and how much did we get? And she said, 100,000.
It meant being able to get started on the project far quicker than we would have been able to otherwise.
But then we got $100,000 for the pub. It was so beautiful. It gave us a feeling that the government is behind us, that the authority is behind us. They believe in us and they believe in the community and they believe in the project, and that touched us deeply.
So it was just a random conversation that we had at the breakfast table, and my brother mentioned that the Royal Hotel in Coonabarabran was for sale, and it was a really beautiful old building, and he laughed about it, how it might be a nice thing to develop for the community, and it kind of grew from there.
People always wanted it to be turned back into a community type hub. There's a lot of Coonabarabran's pretty diverse, but and the people, all kinds of different people want to interact, and I guess having something new coming up is a bit exciting for a little community like ours.
The biggest thing was because all the shops are closing in town, like to do something different and to keep the life in the town, I think, the main thing. Yeah, keep it flowing.
It was the first pub in town, and it was the biggest pub, and I think in town we had at that time, I don't know if it was in 1912, but I think there were 12 pubs. So it was a very vibrant town with a lot of drinking.
It is, you know, one of the biggest and most beautiful buildings in the main street of Coonabarabran. It has a presence, and I think it has a really beautiful feel to it, and it'd be nice to see it, you know, refurbished and revitalised.
It hosted many events, you know. It was an icon, it was a community place where people met, where people cried, where people celebrated. And I think this is still the same. It's like in the middle of the main street, a beautiful building with great capacity to have a meeting point, you know, where people can celebrate life again together.
The Royal Hotel will be opened as a wine bar style pub. We'll have a cafe, a licensed cafe with our own homemade gelato. We'll have a restaurant at a later date as well. Accommodation upstairs, a brewery and a laundromat. At the moment we're working on the construction certificates to get the building compliant with disability and fire standard.
And everyone in Coonabarabran, you know, the community is supporting this project a lot. They were very grateful as well.
The more I do it, the more I have a vision of what it will look like and what kind of a pub it will be. And I think, you know, it's exciting.